And we are live. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another edition of the Mufasa's Daily Book Reading at Noon for your 10-minute daily dose of goodness. My name is Mpho, and I'm your reader for today. We are going to be reading Executive Coaching with Backbone and Heart. This book is written by Mary Beth O'Neill, and we're going to be reading the 10th chapter to catch up on all the readings that we've done so far, the two marvelous books, Energy Leadership and this book that I just mentioned. Please see the description box of this live for our YouTube channel, and you will be redirected to all the beautiful readings. I hope you're doing well. Hello, I hope you're doing well, and you're ready for the 10-minute gem search and find the treasure hunt that we're going to be doing right in the readings, and you find something that works for you in your organization. It's a pleasure to be reading to all of you. My 10 minutes is set. I'm ready to go. I hope that you've subscribed to our YouTube channel. I've seen some of you on our YouTube channel, subscribing on there, making comments. Thank you so much. And I'm looking forward to us interacting some more about the content on our YouTube channel. You will also find the playlist for this book in the description of today's live as well. Enjoy the reading. I will see you after 10 minutes is done. As if I'm going anyway. Okay, so my 10 minutes is set. Let me start reading. Hello to the person who is watching this. I hope you're well. Making a strategic transition to the role of executive coach is chapter 10's title. This chapter is for organizational consultants, human resource leaders, or organizational trainers who want to move more into the role of executive coach. This assumes that you have the necessary traits of an executive coach, including those that have been explored in this book, such as the following. You know how business functions, operate, and interrelate. You have a business and you are business and results focused. You can make connections between bottom line results and work relationship behaviors. You are an excellent listener and are well versed in basic coaching skills. You can steer conversations from the global to the specific. You hold a systems perspective. You have a strong sense of self. You're not intimidated by people in positions of authority. You can work in the middle of others' anxiety. You can give immediate feedback. You are equally able to support and to challenge. You have a sense of humor about human foibles, your own and those of others. You can let others create their own successes and mistakes. That's an impressive and that's an impressive list of characteristics and skills. Who wouldn't want to use you as a coach? You may be working in companies with dozens of leaders throughout the organizations, yet none are asking you for coaching. Even though you possess the necessary skills to be an executive coach, this was my situation when I was a director of training for a corporation that had a team of 7 executives and 25 next level leaders who directed the efforts of the organization. However, I was not hired to coach them. Initially, I was expected to carry out training duties for the organization. Offering to coach anyone, let alone the top executive, would have seemed absurd to them. Yet later, I found myself in the position of being sought after as a coach by those very executives when leadership dilemmas intersected with their strategic and tactical issues. Hello to the new viewer. Hello. You can bridge the gaps between your current situation and the more developed coaching relationships you want in your practice. Concerns about making the transition. Typical questions and dilemmas people have in making this transition include the following. What do I do when I have an executive who doesn't know how to use me as a coach? How do I start from where I am now? How do I create an opportunity? What if the leader has a completely different map for change and my role within that change? How do I deal with executives' resistance to spending time on coaching? How do I get the leader to view me differently? How can I ensure that an executive's initial experience with me as a coach will be a positive one? What do I do when I have a good idea before the leader does? How do I deal with an inadequate or weak executive? How can I help the leader see my coaching role as a leverage toward the leader's greater effectiveness? These concerns about role expectations boil down to three areas: anxiety that you do not see eye to eye with your sponsor about what your role should be. You need to get the right contract for coaching so you can be successful with the executive and help her succeed. The skill and presence needed to get into the right conversation with the leader in order to address the first two concerns. Concerns over your role. There are clues that indicate your sponsor does not see your role in the same way that you do. Here's one clue. When you offer to coach him on his leadership dilemmas, he gives you a quizzical, somewhat impatient look, which leaves you squirming. Or he approaches any work with you from the rescue model. He wants you to take things into your own hands rather than help him address them. You might hear him make comments such as these. So what do you do? So what can you do to get this implementation off the ground? Just go tell them that the deadline is unacceptable. Why are you coming to me when you need to be spending your time getting the team going? These reactions and others like them indicate a mismatch in understanding about your role. They come from an executive who will not consider his own responsibilities to provide strong leadership for the organization. He will often assume you should engage in activities that, from a client responsibility perspective, are really his responsibility as a sponsor and not yours as a change agent. He may be unable or unwilling to view you as a resource, able to help him think through and maintain those sponsorship activities. The more important ones being communicating the direction and goals of the organization, ensuring commitment to the goals, clarifying decision-making authority with key players, managing performance expectations and consequences, and providing resources. The contract. This situation demands that you negotiate the right contract as a change agent. Remember, coaches are change agents. In the project, including offering to initiate conversations that would lead to executive coaching. You know you have the right contract when the leader and you are both working from the same page. That is from the client's responsibility model. The executive understands her responsibilities as the sponsor and sees you as a resource to keep her honest about them. You may also be assigned other duties as a change agent to help you get a project underway. You can better leverage that agent role when it's pursued in tandem with the sponsor responsibilities that the executive maintains herself. Here are a couple of common questions and complaints about leaders in these situations. I have an inadequate sponsor who doesn't accept his responsibilities but thinks of plenty of activities to dump off on me. What if my sponsor does not know the client responsibility model? Do I have to teach it to her? Very few people are born great sponsors. Most have to develop into the role. Some sponsors are lucky enough to connect with a great coach who can develop them. The coach does this by acting as an effective change agent who evokes stronger sponsorship from the executive. Rather than looking at the inadequacy of your sponsor, perhaps the question is, are you being a great change agent? And if not, what can you do to be a stronger one? The conversation. You do not have to teach a sponsor the client responsibility model. Rather, you must embody it without using fancy jargon. This requires getting into the right conversation with the executive. It means shifting your sponsor into the client responsibility perspective, not jumping there yourself and then blaming her for staying unknowingly in the rescue model. To manage yourself in your relationship with the leader, you should focus on acting differently with the leader rather than waiting for her to act differently with you. And I will stop the reading there for today. I see that we have some comments. I really hope you enjoyed today's reading. And let me go to the comments. Jacques is commenting today. Hello, Jacques. I hope you're well. Jacques says he sees the coach as the tool to resolve his issues. Yes, that's the rescue model there. Love it. The client does not want to be empowered, but rather be delivered from the noise in his life. Yes, love it. I like the challenge. As a coach, I am being a great. As a coach, I am I being a great change agent? That's a really good question that coaches should ask themselves. Love it. Thank you so much, Jacques, for responding to all of these. We hope to see you at the next reading. And if you're watching this in the replay, make sure that you do leave your comments as well. And I will see you on Friday. Remember, we are doing our readings on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 12 o'clock. So enjoy the rest of your day. And we're about to start a new book soon. So I'm excited to start doing that with you. And I'll see you on Friday. Thank you. Bye.